Okay, fine. So I'll keep it little short, okay, today because it's a bit late and then I was occupied with some other work. That's the reason I started it a little bit late. Anyway, so since it started recording, so let me give you a walkthrough of our company and then probably we'll take it further from here. So basically we are uh, 7-8 years old company, you can say 7 to 8 years old company now, because earlier we were running it as informal, and then past 3 year back in 2023 we registered it as a formal company. Okay, it's a private limited company right now, and we basically deal into three domains. So we have a training, we have consulting, and we have auditing as three verticals. Okay, and basically everything covering for pharmaceuticals, life sciences, and consulting companies based on the service base and product based companies for GXP applications. Okay, and on the company part, we are a accredited company. We are the only CPD accredited company in entire India. So there are companies who are accredited, but they are not into the life sciences domain. At the same time, we are ISO 9001, ISO 21000, ISO 14,000 qualified, and then we are part of MSME, and then we are also certified body of QAHE, which is again accreditation body from Europe. So CPD is one of the largest accreditation body in Europe. So both these accreditations we got it 2 years back, and then we have been audited by them every now and then parallelly along with ISO standards. So when it comes to reaching out to us, so we have our own only calling number. So it's official WhatsApp number as well as the calling number, and our official mail ID, which you will be having for all sort of communications with us. And this is our website URL, and we are available on all the social platforms. So if you feel that you wanted to connect, you can connect on all these platforms. Okay, it's no hard and mandatory. It's completely your call. So as I said that a formal incorporation, we did it in 2023. However, we are running the show from 2019. Okay, and the whole objective of starting this company is we wanted to bridge the gap between academic and industry, and also on top of upskilling courses, which is mandate nowadays, I can say in the pharmaceuticals and life sciences domain. So parallelly, we have some collaborations and achievements, and we also have some partners. Okay, so you can say on an official note, in last 3 years, we have achieved a lot. Okay, as a company. So one of those reasons that why we are doing great things is we are keeping things very transparent on what exactly we are delivering, how we are delivering. So we are tied up with CleanMind, we are tied up with Biogene. So those who do not know Biogene, it's one of the India's largest biopharmaceuticals machineries and reactors manufacturing companies. So they have a plant in Bangalore, okay, and they export it to European countries as well as Arabian countries as well. Okay. We are also a registered vendor for SCL and Sopra Steria. SCL Tech, you might be knowing it very well. So we did a training for them last year, okay, at their Netherlands unit. So they have a team-based size of 25 people who are deployed into Netherlands on an on-site project. So we trained them for 3 months on CSV and CSA, and we are a registered vendor for them. And then on top of this, we have a company called Sopra Steria. This is a France-based organization. They have 2 bases in India, one in Mumbai, sorry, one in Noida, and the other one is in Chennai. They also have an office in Bangalore, Brookfield. Okay. So for them also, we are a registered vendor. We sometimes provide them training, and then we also provide resources to them. And at the same time, there is one more company, Matrix One. It's from France. So we have an agreement with them. Then we are using their product. So they have a product for risk assessment and then basically for user requirements. So we are leveraging this particular application for our training purposes. And then Bicot, this is a company based out in South Africa. They basically take care of our international marketing and payment part. And there is a company called Cloudways and Cerebase. So these two are one company only, okay, and they are based out in HSR layout, Bangalore. It's a product-based company, deals into clinical research products. So they have a lot of CTMS applications which they deliver it to multiple clients. So they're our partner, and very recently we started training for a company called 9 Stars. So this is 25-year-old company based out in Bangalore, and then they are pioneer in GXP applications. It's called as 9 Stars. And then on top of all these things, we have got a new achievement last week. So you might be knowing about a company called QAHE. Okay. So this company is based out in Electronic City. I can just show you. So this is the company, QAHE Technology. They are basically a PV product-based company having more than 200 plus clients across the globe. And they have recently built a QMS tool. Okay, so that's called as one QMS tool. So we purchased their tool now. So we have our own QMS, which we'll be using it for training and leveraging purposes. So the implementation is going to happen next week. We are done with RFC and all sort of like agreement paper with them. So SLA and all everything is signed. So they have built a very good platform. So you will be able to leverage this particular application in real time. So we'll create your instances and you can use it. Okay. So this is one of its first kind, like any training company is bringing a commercial tool, the actual commercial tool for training purposes. So you will never find it in entire India. You can just have a look of this. Then on top of this, so these all are the achievements, all I can say, and these accreditations we have already discussed. So at any point of time, if you wanted to verify that we are internationally accredited on CPD standard or not, you can just visit our website. This is our website, and then directly click on this CPD accredited. Once you click on that, now it is showing the CPD directory link. Okay, this is our registration number with CPD. You can call them, reach out to them, write the mail, and then ask about us. They will let you know the verification code and everything. Okay, so you can verify the authenticity about this. Same goes for QAHE. Okay, so as a company, as I said, that we deal into multiple fronts. So we have a lot of services to offer. So when it comes to services, so training and upskilling is one of those components. So we are not only a training company, or we don't want it to be just like a training company or training institute. Okay, we wanted to enter into consulting domain, and we are already doing, but at a very minimal level. So we are a training and we offer training courses, upskilling courses for individual as well as for corporate. Okay, and then we handle some small CSP projects where we'll be having mostly implementation part and then gap assessment part. So basically on the GXP side and also on the SAMD side. If you don't know what is SAMD, so it's called as software as a medical devices. So that also will be validated because it poses a risk to the patient safety. Okay. We deal into IT consulting, okay, where any company require any QMS implementation or any QMS improvisation. So we help them in evaluating and then understanding their need and then provide consulting to them on that part. Then, as I said, we are also dealing into QMS and IMS implementation. So anyone who do not know what is IMS, so when you are going to have more than one ISO standard, basically it is relevant to all the product-based companies where like you are building any digital product, so you need to be compliant on ISO 9001, ISO 27001, which is a mandate requirement. Okay, basically talking about information security components. So when you have to have more than one standard to implement, then basically you can't make two different SOP for the same purpose, right? So we evaluate the standards and then we merge it and then we make an integrated system which talks about the entire possibility of leveraging the processes. Then we provide auditing services. So we have a lot of freelancers, people who work for us. So we offer solutions like auditing for ISO 9001, 27000, 14000, and 13485. Then we also provide career counseling and mentorship, so which is completely free of cost. We don't have to pay. Okay, so at any point of time, you can just text us, call us, and then if you are not clear about what to do, or maybe you are fresher and you do not get clarity that which domain I should work, whether it is going to be QC, QA, production, clinical, PV, medical devices, medical coding, medical transcription, and whatever relevant, with respect to life sciences and pharmaceuticals. So we'll help you out by evaluating your credibility, your knowledge, your skills, and then we can guide you on that. So we don't charge for this, not even a single rupees. We have soft skills training for people who are working in pharma. They do not have a proper communication skills because this is something that we lack. Okay, most of people are lacking just because pharmaceuticals, they do not have a very great culture on communication part. So it's all about work. Okay, and endless work, I can say. So that is one of the drawback, and that is one of those areas that why most of the people will get rejected during an interview just because of the communication part. Okay. So yeah, and then we also provide resource deployment and fulfillment. So let's suppose if a company is coming and they're saying that they need 10 requirement on CSV or 2 requirement on CSV resources, right, for a short period of time. So they work on our payroll. Okay, it's more of a third party payroll. Okay, so they work on 6 months, 5 months, or depending on the project capacity. So these all are the services which we offer as a company. We have a courses, so unlike other institutes, we don't have 200 courses, okay, because we believe it's a it's a waste of time. You can't make everything as a course, okay. So you need to evaluate the market, understand that what is the requirement, what is the objective, which skill is in demand, and then only you can teach. So let's suppose tomorrow you are saying and you are coming and saying that I wanted to do a course in regulatory just because I need to get into the regulatory. So regulatory, definitely it's a course, but it's for the knowledge purpose. It's not that with having this training, you will be able to upskill or anything. Okay, that is completely baseless thing. People used to come and they used to say that we need SAP training. SAP cannot go as a training. It's a product. It's always, it's a highly configured product. So depending on the business need and depending on the business logic, you can mold these kind of products. So these kind of things cannot go as a course. We need to understand this very clearly. Okay, if anyone is doing so, it's just that they are minting money. Okay, so be very clear about it. Okay, so coming to course part, we have clinical research PV CDM as a courses. Okay, we have regulatory affairs as a courses, CSV and CSA as a courses. So for individuals, these two courses are combined. So basically, you will be leveraging CSV and CSA both. Okay, but when it comes to corporate, so they'll be very peculiar about this, whether they need the training on CSV and CSA. So accordingly, we train them, and this for them it is going to be as a separate module, or you can say separate component or separate course, you can say. Then QA, QMS, okay, and soft skills. So these all are falling under the course areas. CR and PV, these two courses are combined. We don't offer as a separate courses because one is the initial process, another one is the end process of the drug safety, you can say, or drug research and drug safety. So or product research and product safety, you can say. So basically for these two, we have the least price in India. Okay, we offer at one of the least cost, that is 13,000 rupees. Okay, yeah. So that's about the courses. Then moving ahead, so why we are different? People those who have been recommended by your fellow colleagues, and then the colleagues who have already done the course, they got into the job or they find it that it is good. So probably I don't have to explain it to you guys. So you will be able to experience this, why we are different, what exactly make us different. Okay. So one of those components that why we are different is that we run this so with a complete transparency. What we are saying, what we are talking, what we are committing, that much we'll be able to deliver. So when it comes to course fee, your course fee is going to be very, very reasonable. Okay. And it comes with the flexibility. So we know because we started long back our career in pharma, so pharma do not pay us much, and at the same time every single person will be having their personal commitment. So we don't want it to loot how exactly other organizations do, taking the entire money and then you are blocked and then you'll be lost. Okay, and you will not be able to focus, you can't even ask for refund. So we don't do all those things. So we made it very flexible that you come, learn, and then keep on paying as the course goes. Okay, so this kind of flexibility we have given. Okay, our course is completely up to the mark. So whatever you are seeing in the industry right now, all this buzz of NLP, robotic process automation, AI, all those things are included, and every now and then it will be keep on refining. Okay, so this all will be included. Then teaching methodology, it is going to be very, very simple. So we use the the approach which is going to be easier for you to understand the concept. Okay, because we believe once you understand the concept, on top of that you can build anything. Okay, so as I said, flexible payment option is there. The only criteria which we have put over here in flexible payment part, I just wanted to reiterate it again. Later on also, during the course, I'll be talking on that part. So when it comes to course fee, okay, your course fee is 16,000. So we were running till last year, you can say, till December, we are running for 15,000 from past 3 years. We did not had any sort of increase. However, we are getting a lot of operational challenges. So that's why we have increased the fee to 16,000. So now the fee is 16,000. And then on top of that, the 16,000, you can pay it only into 3 installments. Okay. Out of these 3 installments, the first installment should be your either 6,000 or 5,000 or 5,3,333, whatever it is. The only thing which you need to be very, very clear about that is that the next payment, let's suppose today the course is starting on 7th Feb, right, or 9th Feb, right? So next payment should be before 5th of every month. So next payment is going to be before 5th of March, and then next one is going to be 5th of April. If you fail to do this, let's suppose someone is failed, they're paying the fee on 6th, your access will be revoked, and then we will not be able to consider. If you wanted to take the admission or you wanted to continue the course, you need to pay the entire fee again. Okay. We don't have any mercy on that part. We are going to tell you very honestly without any sort of hidden related agenda or anything. So it's very peculiar. Till date today, we have revoked 48 students so far across in last 2.5 years, those who have not paid. And out of this 48, there were 6 to 7 candidates who wanted to do it. They came back, they paid the entire fee, they did the course, they got the job. Okay. So that's completely their call. Okay. So this flexibility is there, but at the same time, we have some hard stops. Okay. Then all your classes is going to be live in nature. We don't show YouTube videos. We don't show pre-recorded session to just like any other institutes. So every single class is going to be live in nature, and all these classes by default, it is going to be recorded. So you don't have to worry about your recording. Let's suppose at any point of time you miss the class, you can go and revisit the class. There will be a a date mentioned, the topic number, topic name, everything will be mentioned. You can just open, listen to the recording if you'll be having any sort of queries. Let's suppose you're working in B shift for this week and you're going to miss the entire week class, right? What all you can do is that if you're working in B shift by 11 p.m. or 12 p.m., you will be able to reach home. Go sleep. When you wake up in the morning, spend 1 hour of time, be consistent about these things. Go through the classes, note down all your doubts, just write it down. Either you wanted to write it into a piece of paper, that's completely fine. You wanted to write it directly into the chat, that's completely fine. You wanted to talk to us, that's also fine. Just ping in WhatsApp group, okay? And then someone from the team will be responding to all your questions, all your doubts. If you're still not getting the clarity, get into a call, get your doubt clear, okay? Coming back to this, so yeah, daily doubt session will be there and assessment will be there. So how exactly these things run? So each day you will be having classes, live classes. So live classes will go for 45 to 50 minutes. Okay. And once your live classes will get over, then you'll be getting 15 minutes of buffer. In this 15 minutes, it's going to be all question and answer session. You can ask n number of questions. It is not like, okay, we are only going to be available for 15 minutes. If your class is going to, if you're asking so many questions, we'll be able to answer all your questions and then only we'll be ending the class. It doesn't mean that you are going to have only 1 hour class. So it depends upon batch understanding. It depends upon your questions. What we encourage over here is that everyone should have one question daily. Okay. As a training institute, 90% of the training institute, they just wanted to cover the syllabus. That is their objective. We don't do that one. We know what exactly we are teaching, how exactly your course are running. It will get completed within the timeline. That is our responsibility. Okay. So you don't have to take the headache of completion part. You have to focus on learning and upskilling yourself. Okay. Then real-time case studies. So entire course is built in such a way that you are going to get all the realistic scenarios which has happened in the industry or which is happening in the industry. So those all real-time examples we are going to discuss with you. Okay. And where the classes will happen, so we have our own LMS tool. You are not going to have any classes on Google Meet or anything, or Zoom classes, or any link will be shared, nothing like that. So everything will happen in LMS. How you need to create your account in LMS, all those guidance, all those instructions will be shared to you by today, or most probably by tomorrow morning. Okay. Then your course recording validity, it is going to be only valid for 1 year. That means you will be able to access the study material, but not the live classes, which is getting recorded. So recordings will automatically get over by 9th February 2027. Okay. After that, if you want recording, you need to take the readmission. We can't do anything. Study material will be there with you for the lifetime. Okay. All the study materials, all the templates, all the SOPs, all the relevant data, training questionnaires, okay, interview questionnaires, okay, everything will be there with you for the lifetime. Okay. And as I said, the mentorship, this is completely free. Okay, we don't charge any money for that. Then next point. Okay, next slide basically. So We have a registered office in WeWork. So anyone who visit Kormangla, so opposite to Kormangla Nexus Mall, we have a Prestige Cube. We are at first floor. Okay, so there is a co-working space called WeWork. We've registered our company over there. We used to go even when there will be any need, any client call, any meet, or any community management call will be there. Then that time we used to go there. Okay, so that's our official address. Okay, you might be seeing other addresses as well on different platforms. So that's all just because during the COVID we registered the company, and that's the reason it is showing those address. So that update is not with us. Okay, so that's about the company information. Moving ahead to the course part. So what and all will be covered as part of the course that we are going to discuss now. Okay, in detail, and then probably on top of it I'll explain you what and all you need to take care. So all points to remember things. So let's focus on this for next 10-15 minutes, and then I'll also get your questions in case if you'll be having any sort of doubt, you can ask in the end. Okay, so you are going to have daily live classes. Okay, you are going to get all the experts. Okay, so everyone who is going to train you, they are going to have more than 18 years of experience. And when I say that we are going to have experts who are going to train you, that means I mean it. And one of the reasons that why I'm saying so confidently, so when you go to our website, go to our success stories, and you can just see all these faces. Okay, so whatever the faces you are seeing over here, okay, as part of the success stories, they all are our students. Okay, so there are so many people who have transitioned in between after working for Pharma for 10 years, 15 years, 16 years, even 18 years, and then they moved into CSV, and then they are doing great things. Okay, they are getting good money. Okay, so all these are the examples, okay, that we teach good. Okay, so proceeding further, these all things I have explained you, that easy explanation of topic, flexible payments, industry crafted course materials, daily assessment, and final exam will be there. This we need to talk what exactly it is. So as I told you that you're going to have daily classes, right? So we just don't come and read the PPT. Okay, those things you will not be getting over here. So every day you will be having an assessment. Okay, so this link, this is the assessment link, you can see here. So CSV and CSA course module wise assessment link, this one will keep updating every now and then when will be any addition of new topic. Okay, so what we used to do is that you will be getting access to this. Okay, and then once that particular topic will get over, let's suppose that this is the first topic, industry 1.0 to 5.0 concept. So once that particular topic will get over, okay, so your trainer will inform you that that particular topic is over. So you just need to go open this link, okay, and then perform this assessment. Okay, it's a self-assessment. You'll be able to find out how much you have secured marks in this particular topic. So it is going to be evaluating yourself on your understanding on the topics. So this is a daily assessment which you need to do, and this is built for every single topic. And this activity is something that it is one time which you have to do for each particular module or each particular topic. Okay, then on top of all this, you are going to have a final exam. Okay, so final exam will be happening in the LMS. Okay, it's any competitive exam, time bound exam it is going to have. So you're going to get 45 questions, and I think 60 questions, 45 minutes you'll be getting, or somewhat vice versa. I'm not very sure. I can just inform you. Probably it is 45 questions and 60 minutes, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So 45 questions, 60 minutes, no negative marking. The only criteria for you is that you can write the exam n number of times, but you have to clear with 70% and above. If you are not getting 70%, you will not get certificate at any cost. Okay, so please be mindful about it. Okay, you have to clear the exam. Once you clear, then only you'll be getting it. Okay, then certificate which you'll be getting, it is globally recognized. You can find out on our website. There are so many people who have received the certificate. It's going to be digital, and it will be directly navigated to your respective email ID which you have provided. Someone from my team has collected. Okay, and then yeah, so this certificate, you can validate it, you can authenticate it, you can link it directly with your LinkedIn account. Okay, all the credentials and everything will be valid. It will show you. Okay, so it's not going to be non-authenticated certificate. It's going to be fully authentic certificate. Then 1 year course recording validity you will be getting, that we have already discussed, and access to study material, it is going to be lifetime, and then free mentorship, this we have already discussed. Course description. So it is going to be live mode. Okay, every week you'll be having classes Monday to Friday. We, in the worst of the worst scenario, we take classes on Saturday in case if we miss any of these days because of some dependency, some personal challenges. Okay, so you need to accommodate. Sometimes we avoid doing classes on Saturdays and Sundays as well. So yeah, class timing 1 hour each day. Okay, it is not hard coded. So if you will be having any questions, you can extend it to 1.5 hours also. Course duration, it's a 3 months. Okay, so if your course is starting on 9th Feb, then 9th March, 9th April, 9th April, yeah, it will get over. Sorry, May it will get over, 3 months. So payment mode, this you already know. You might have got the link. You have made the payment. So we will be delivering you the payment receipt. Okay, so once you'll be making the entire payment, you'll be getting the receipt. You can claim that amount during your next year, or maybe I mean it's a February, right? So you'll be making the payment in April. So next year you can claim that amount during your ITR filing into books and periodicals. So your I'll show you how exactly your bills will look like. Okay, your invoice will look like. So that also I'll show you. Then yeah, then yeah, CSV project simulation we'll be doing. So we'll be considering one single scenario, okay, with respect to the application. So as we told that we are going to get the application from that particular company, okay. So once we'll be having that particular application in our hand, probably we'll use this as a scenario, and then on basis of that, we'll be able to simulate the entire CSV project for you, so that you will be able to learn how exactly an actual CSV project runs, okay. Then real-time scenario we have covered already, and hands-on experience on some tools which is going to help you or leverage validation related activities. So this one will be taken care. Then yeah, coming to this is something that we need to discuss. So we'll be going module wise. So you can see here. So here if you see module 1, understanding life sciences and pharmaceutical industry. So this particular session is going to be 1.5 hour session. You will not be finding questionnaires for this, because this is by default topic for every single course. So here you'll be understanding how exactly life science industry is diversified, where exactly pharmaceutical industry fall, where exactly research and development, where is clinical research, where is pharmacovigilance. So how all these industries are falling under life sciences domain, and how they are integrated to each other, how they are having the dependency to each other. So those all things you'll be understanding over here in this particular module. Module 2 is going to be talking about digitalization in pharma industry. Here you'll be understanding the concept of industry 1.2, 5.0. So this particular topic, once it will get over, then you need to go and you need to perform this assessment, industry 1.2, 5.0. Then the next topic is going to be your validation overview. So once this particular topic will get over, you're going to go and then validation introduction, this particular topic assessment. So as your class will progress, you need to perform this assessment. This assessment will automatically give you the results, the outcome. You don't have to ask marks to anyone. So once you'll submit on your email itself, you'll be getting the the marks which you have secured, all the answers, whatever you have done wrong, whatever you have done correct, those all will be reflecting over there itself. Okay, so yeah, so we'll be talking about validation overview. Okay, here we'll be talking about industrial concept. Okay, what is changing, what is happening in industry 5.0, where is pharma 4.0, what sort of changes are coming in. So those all we'll be discussing over here. Module 4 is going to talk about types of validation. Module 5 is going to talk about CSV life cycle. Okay, here we'll be getting a very high level overview of CSV life cycle, what and all components are falling, what is the sequential process within the CSV life cycle. Then module 6 is going to talk about all the roles of regulatory authorities. So all the applicable regulatories, what exactly they say, what and all the guidelines says, okay, why we need to implement, what need to be implemented, those all we'll be discussing as part of this role of regulatory authorities. Module 7 is going to talk about vendor management. Here you will be understanding what is vendor, why vendor important, and how the vendor management works, what and all process involved in vendor management, how to do the risk assessment for vendor, how to evaluate a vendor. So those all things we'll be getting. And you can see here module 8, it is going to be written in red color. So wherever we'll be finding these red color things, there you will be understanding that this is basically practicals. So along with assessment, you'll also be getting some kind of homework for you. So if you'll again go back to this, so you can see here. So we have vendor qualification. It's written as questionnaire, but at the same time, if you see here, we have vendor risk assessment, which is going to be assessment. So some topic which is going to be more of like, the assessment part, okay, which is going to be part of your validation process. So there you'll be getting questionnaire and assessment both. Okay, so this is all you need to perform. So you can see somewhere here it is questionnaire, assessment, questionnaire, assessment. So it is going to be like, complete sequential process of entire CSV life cycle where you will be getting assessment. Okay, so a lot of assessment you need to do. Then module 9 is going to be your infrastructure qualification. You'll be understanding how exactly infrastructure will be built, what is infrastructure, why it is needed, what is the different type of infrastructure, what is cloud infrastructure, what is traditional infrastructure, how to qualify the infrastructure. Okay, and all those things you'll be learning over here. With respect to cloud infrastructure, you'll be learning about disaster recovery, threat model, those all things will be discussed. And then with respect to this particular topic, module 9 and 10, we'll also get you certified on AWS foundational course. So we'll be sharing you the link, and then you need to complete that course. It's completely free of cost, so that you will be having a complete clarity on AWS, how exactly AWS as an infrastructure supports, and then what an all component is there in that, how exactly the compliance works for those component. Okay, so those all you'll be getting over here. So once this particular topic will get over, then we'll be sharing you the link, and then you can complete that particular course as well. Module 11 is going to talk about user story. So from here, the actual CSV related stuff will start. So here we'll be making you understand about what is user requirement specification, how exactly user requirement specification will be created. And then you're going to get the assessment over here. So we'll give you scenario of an application, and then on basis of that particular scenario, you need to draft the URS. Okay, so you need to take a Word document or Excel document, and then we'll guide you how to write the URS. And then basically you are going to write the URS. Here with the same aspects, we are going to also leverage AI, that how exactly artificial intelligence is going to help me to draft the URS for any respective application. So you will be understanding the traditional approach, the modern approach where we'll be leveraging the AI. So those things you'll be understanding in module 12. Okay. Module 13 is going to talk about GXP guidelines. So starting from module 13 till module 22, this all will be following as part of your initial risk assessment or initial assessment, you can say, or GXP assessment, you can say. So every single topic is going to have theory and then assessment, theory and assessment. So you can see here. So we are going to have this GXP guideline where you'll be having GXP, non-GXP assessment, then system impact assessment, which you need to perform. Then you are going to have change management process. Then you'll be talking about data integrity, so paper-based, electronic-based, and then you'll be having data integrity assessment checklist. Then you are going to talk about 21 CFR Part 11, and then UNX 11 as part of the control of digital systems. And then again, you'll be getting a checklist over here to perform the assessment. Then we'll be talking about GAMP guidelines. So here you'll be understanding the first edition as well as the second edition, that what is the difference, what exactly regulatory needs more on that aspect. So that theoretical concepts will be discussed. All categorization of software and hardware will be discussed over here. And then on basis of that, we need to evaluate that which particular category my application is going to fall. Okay, so that will be discussed as part of module 22. Okay, module 23, it is going to be FRS. So to understand FRS, you need to have a complete clarity on URS, because FRS will be drafted based on the URS. So here we'll be teaching you about what is the difference between URS and FRS, how to draft FRS, how for one requirement you can have multiple FRS. Okay, and then here we'll be discussing about how we can write the FRS, how we can draft the FRS. So again, the aspects of AI, we'll be using it over here. Then we'll be talking about functional risk assessment. So here you'll be learning how exactly the functional risk assessment will be performed. Okay, so we'll be teaching you all theory, FEMIA process, okay, all these risk assessment methodologies and everything with respect to functionality. And then module 26 is going to be the practical approach. So we'll be giving you realistic scenario, and I can just show you how does it look like. So okay, so you'll be getting this Excel sheet, and then here we'll be teaching you these all are the requirements. So on basis of this requirement, how to perform this risk assessment. So we keep changing this requirement, so you can have a look of this, and then on the basis of this requirement, you need to perform this risk assessment. And here we'll also be explaining you the FEMIA process. Okay, so how to perform this FEMIA process, that will be explaining you. So to perform the risk assessment, so you'll be understanding, you will be also able to download the FEMIA Excel sheet to understand the process, to practice. Okay, Module 28 is going to talk about software designing. So while designing, how exactly software design important component that you'll be learning. And just one second. Then as part of this, you'll be also understanding what is software architecture, how architecture is going to be an important component. What about the database? What about the workflows? What about the UI? So those all things you'll be understanding. Then Module 29 and Module 30 is going to talk about technical design specification and configurational specification. These two documents, basically, it's a part of product development team, or you can say software development team. It's their accountability. So we do have traceability with respect to URS, FRS, and these all documents. So we'll be also understanding how exactly these documents will be designed and developed. Okay, and some sort of information related to that. Okay, Module 31 is going to talk about software development lifecycle. So we'll be making you explain what is SDLC, and in SDLC we'll be covering 3 different models. So you'll be getting understanding on waterfall, you'll be getting understanding on V model, and then Agile model. So these 3 models will be discussed. Okay, for Agile, we'll get you a certification done. So a separate certification link will be shared with you. Okay, it is going to be free of cost. Okay, so once you're going to complete, then we'll be issuing you the certificate for that. Okay, then Module 33, it is going to be validation scope and strategy. So here we'll be making you understand how exactly for any software product or any digital product, how you need to decide that how the validation will work. So you can see here, to start the validation topic, we are reaching at 33. So before that, you need to understand the foundation, from where this thing is coming, how exactly product or software will be developed, designed, and everything, and then only it will reach for validation. So here you'll be understanding the risk-based validation approach and the full validation approach. Okay, prospective approach, and all those things we'll be discussing over here in Module 33. Module 34 is going to talk about all the documentations which is needed as per different category of applications. Okay, so it is going to be CAT 3, CAT 4, and CAT 5 majorly applications. Okay, so how the documentations are going to be different depending on the category, depending on the different strategies. Okay, so those all documents will show you. Okay, and we'll be talking about each document, I mean one document every day. Okay, and we'll also be giving you the template, the standard template for this particular document. Okay, so that you can leverage it for your learning purpose. And yeah, I just missed something, so I just wanted to add right now. So we'll also be giving you GAMP first edition book. Okay, and we'll also be giving you GAMP second edition book. Okay, so that will go as part of your study material. Okay, I'll come to that later. Then here you can see, so from Module 35, all this part of this validation deliverable, you are going to talk about validation master plan, validation plan, test plan, RTM. So these all are the respective documents which you need to prepare. And Module 38, we'll be talking about software testing lifecycle. Okay, so here we'll be teaching you how exactly the software testing will be happening, what and all components we need to take care. Okay, because testing is one of the component of validation, so that we'll be leveraging. Here we'll also do live training. Okay, not live training, I can say live execution of the test cases, just to perform that how exactly functionality works. So you can see here we have test management tools. Okay, we have defect management tool. So first we'll train you on these tools, and then after that we'll be simulating that particular process. Okay, here also for test management, we'll be again using the AI approach for drafting the test cases and all. Module 41 is going to talk about the other documentations, that is going to be test summary report, validation summary report, software release note. So these all are the documentations which we'll be discussing. And all these templates are going to be unique in nature. So we'll also be explaining what exactly need to be added into this particular documentations. Okay. Then once your software is validated, then it is time to deploy the software into end user environment. So we have deployment as a topic. So here we'll be talking about both the approach. The traditional approach, where how exactly the software deployment happens, and then the latest approach, the modern approach, that is CI/CD. We call it as continuous integration, continuous deployment model. And this is basically, it is not our responsibility. It is going to be complete IT responsibility, because the deployment is going to be their call, how exactly they'll be uploading that particular application into the infrastructure. So that's a more of a technical part, but yeah, we'll be giving you the gist of it just to make you understand, because from IQ prospect, that is installation qualification prospect, we need to ensure that deployment is done successfully. And that is one of those reasons that why we are covering this topic. Okay, moving ahead, we have Module 45, where we'll be talking about operation and maintenance of software. So as part of Module 45, okay, so Module 46, 47, okay, these two topics are going to be part of this. And As part of periodic review, we'll be talking about two major component in that along with other component, but the major component is going to be your ATR, audit trial review, and then your privilege access matrix, or you can say role-based access matrix. So these two are going to be very important component as part of the periodic review. So that will be discussed over here in periodic review of softwares. And then gap assessment, which is again part of operational activity. So these two will be considered as part of module 45. Then model 48 will be talking about data migration. Okay, so we'll be understanding how GXP data will be migrated from one system to another system, why there is a need of migration, what exactly can be migrated, what is data proofreading, how data cleansing works, how exactly data will be archived, okay, how exactly data will be migrated, how to perform the migration validation. So those all things we'll be understanding over here in this model 48. Module 49 is going to talk about decommissioning of software, which is also called as retirement of the software, or you can also call it as end of life of the software. Okay, so that you will be understanding with some realistic scenarios. Okay, then module 50 is going to talk about CSA, because we believe that you'll be only able to understand CSA when you'll be having understanding on CSV, because CSA is like, a cherry on the top of CSV. Okay, you can call it like this. So it's just an advancement. Then module 51 is going to talk about QMS component. Okay, so here you'll be covering three components, basically the deviation, okay, and kappa. And I hope you saw on the top, we have discussed about change management process. Okay, so change management will be discussed here also, and then we'll be discussing about here also. So those three components will be discussed as part of QMS. Over here we have a FDA tracker, okay, where we have pulled out. Again, just wanted to show you. So we have somewhere here a tracker where we have pulled out all sort of information, FDA observation, computerized system, audit, assessment. Yeah. So this one we have created, okay, from the real-time scenarios from the observations with respect to GXP applications. So these all are realistic data, okay, which has been observed. So this you can consider as part of your learning, so that you'll be able to understand what and all challenges you can face it on a day-to-day basis, when you are using a digital product, how you can ensure that this kind of scenarios can be avoided. So this information we have pulled out from FDA tracker, okay. So we have a direct access to FDA tracker where you'll be just able to get all sort of observations which will be highlighted by FDA from respective company wherever they'll be auditing. Okay, so this information is pulled out from there, and then we are going to have model 52, which is going to talk about robotic process automation. So basically here you'll be understanding about this is a new tech. Okay, so with respect to this new technology, we'll be making you understand about what is RPA, how exactly RPA is going to benefit us, how it can be incorporated within any application, and then you'll also be getting live hands-on experience on how exactly you can automate the workflow. So those all things will make you understand. Okay, then model 53, 54, 55 is not included as part of your course, because this is something which is an evolving topic, and we are trying to consider it as a separate course that is going to be named as AI invalidation. Okay, so we are already working on it. We are working on the framework. So these three things are not applicable for your course, because this is something, one of the latest take into the market. Okay, and this cannot be offered within that particular pricing. Okay, then model 56 is going to be software quality assurance. So how exactly we are going to evaluate that whether the software is of good quality or not. So that particular assessment and understanding you'll be getting. And then model 57 is going to be the GXP system audit, where you'll be understanding how exactly a digital product will be evaluated and audited, what and all core areas we need to evaluate. As part of this topic, we will also upload, or I think we have already added, you are going to get a pre-audit documentation check. I think it is already added over here. No, it's not added. I'll add it. So it's, as I said, we keep on refining this particular information every now and then. So I'll add it over here. Okay. So it's not going to be questionnaire. It's basically going to be more of a the assessment link. But yeah, that will be provided by me. Don't worry about it. So this is going to be a complete structure of the course. Okay. On top of this, we have some additional certifications. So which is not offered by our institutes. Okay. So this is something that going to benefit you in terms of your upskilling part. And for this, you need to either pay. However, what we have done is that from proactively from your batch, what we are doing is that AWS is completely free. So we'll be just sending you the direct link so that you can complete that particular course. Agile certification, it's chargeable, and Scrum is also chargeable. HPLM is chargeable, Jira is also chargeable. So these four certifications from your batch onwards, we are going to give. So you just need to complete the course. You need to send us the screenshot for that, and we'll be issuing these particular certifications. Okay. Then we have Six Sigma certifications. So this is completely free. ITLB4 certification, this one you need to pay. And for these four courses, ISO 9001, 14001, 27000, and 13485, these four certification, we will be issuing the certificate. So basically, these certifications, wherever you need to pay. Okay, I am not sure about this ALM, but I think we can offer you Agile and Scrum together because this is relevant to each other. So this particular certification we can provide. Jira, I think you can do it free of cost. It's not chargeable. HPLM you need to pay, and then ITLB4 you need to pay. These two together, it will cost you somewhere around closer to 875 rupees, which I think it can be bearable by every one of you in case if you wanted to upskill. These things we don't control. Okay, the money will not come to us. We are just helping you so that you can align yourself in understanding these particular things, that how exactly this can help you to upskill your career. Okay, so this is from the course prospect. I have given you the overview of the company prospect. Now this is something which is going to be important for you. So you will be getting all sort of communication in your WhatsApp group. Okay, so it's a humble request to all of you not to send any DM until and unless it is urgent. Okay, DM in the sense direct message. Okay, every single communication you need to do it into the WhatsApp group, and that is the objective why we created a group. Okay, so please don't send any DM. You might not be getting any response. One of those reasons that we used to get every day more than 200 250 messages, and it's very practically impossible for us to respond the same thing. Okay, so you can put all your concerns into the group. We'll definitely answer over there. Okay, so just to save our time and your time both. Okay, then yeah, so you will be getting some SMS, not SMS, sorry, extremely sorry. You'll be getting some sort of information in your group you need to follow, and you'll also be getting the access to this particular document which you need to open, and you need to just follow this process. Okay, so read this twice, thrice, how many times it is needed. Just follow it. Is a very simple step, 2 minutes activity which you need to do. I'll not talk on this part, okay, because just to save some time, you can go through it. So this is how exactly you can purchase your course. So you just need to follow this process. And how to attend live classes. So if you are Android user, iOS user, in case if you wanted to attend classes from laptop, then you can use this link. Okay, in case if it is going to ask some code. So basically this particular document you need to read. It's a one-pager document, and for all practical classes you require laptop. All your practical classes will be taken by me, and then all your practical classes will happen on Google Meet, which we'll be sending you the invite. And yeah, on top of all this, I want you to read whatever is mentioned in red. It is very important. You can see 70% and above marks is required to earn the certificate. There is no limitation on number of attempts. Okay, all the document you can only read it. You will not be able to download it. The access is going to be only read. Okay, and then keep updating the application. So all these things you need to read. That is very important. And course is valid for 1 year from the course initiation date. Okay, so these all things you can just read it once. You'll be having the access. Some core important information I just wanted to tell you that the very important thing, first of all, so maintain complete discipline. I don't wanted to know any sort of excuses with any term. So you need to maintain professionalism. Okay, so this is applicable to both. It's not going to be that I'm attacking on one gender. Okay, so male and female candidates are there, so please do not misuse the numbers. Don't talk anything unusual. Okay, so if I'll come to know on all these things, I'll directly expel you from class. You'll not be getting any refund, and then your picture along with all your information, it will be posted on LinkedIn along with that evidences in chat. So please be very careful about that part. Okay, we don't entertain any sort of nonsense. Okay, Then apart from this, the second important thing is going to be, I would just request all of you to be consistent during the classes, because if you'll miss regular classes, okay, then you will lose the continuity of the class, and then that will impact you on your learning, because all these classes are interlinked. This is a process based course, and it is going to happen in a sequential order. So if you miss something from the back, then you will not be able to recall, and then you will not be able to catch it. And at the same time, all these faces, okay, it's not only this many names are there. Okay, to your surprise, you can just click on this next page and all, and you'll be able to find everyone. And as I said, that the level of transparency, so you can go check their profile, just click on their, their LinkedIn ID, and then you'll be directly navigated to them, their profile. Okay, so that much level of transparency we have maintained. So all these people, they have actually been consistent during the classes. They were asking questions, they were proactive, and that is the reason they have all come out from QC, micro, production, stores, engineering, medical coding, clinical background, non-clinical background. So they all have made this. So if they can make, then you also can make. Okay. And yeah, uh, I think I have covered everything. If you have any questions, then you can ask me. If I'll get to know anything, then I'll definitely in between I'll stop and I'll speak. Yes, Sudhir, go ahead. You've raised your hand, Sudhir. Anyone is having any sort of questions, doubts, clarity? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay, great. So if you have any questions, see, you have to speak. You are paying money to learn something. So you should ask questions. Okay, don't think that what others are going to think, what others are going to see, what they will be thinking if I'll be asking wrong questions. Okay, that is secondary thing. First of all, you need to start speaking. You need to start learning things. That is one of the first step. Okay, we are not going to show you any movie or web series that you have to be silent. Okay, you have to interact. Okay, so Monday onwards, your classes will start. You will be meeting your faculty, and then I'll just give you time to speak, Aniket. Just wanted to say, so you'll be getting a welcome email for choosing the course from our support team. You'll be getting the email from info@pharmaconnections.in. Okay, before your course starts. Okay, and then what else? Yeah, nothing. I believe I've covered everything. Once you'll get selected after the completion of course, we have some goodies as part of a kind of, you can say, professional gesture. So we give it. It will be having a memento. It will be having a T-shirt of your size, and then some some other stuffs as well. Okay. No, we don't charge for that. Yes, Aniket, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I
Hello.
audible?
Yes, Aniket. Yes, you are audible. Go
Hello, sir.
ahead.
Am I audible? Yeah, sir. I have one question.
Aniket, you are audible.
So previously, in
Mm-hmm.
some few years back, yes, sir. So few
Mm-hmm.
some years back, there was not AI. AI was not there, right? So if in
Mm-hmm.
future, if any additional syllabus come in a picture, so will you going to cover it again by taking extra classes, or how it will go?
Oh, okay, okay. I'll tell you how exactly these things work. So it's a good question that you have raised it, because I hope everyone knows that CSV is a domain which is evolving every now and then, right? So everything, some new thing is getting added, some new components are coming in, some guidelines is getting improvised, revised, and everything, right? So how exactly these things work? So basically, first of all, your question was wrong. That few years back, AI was not there. AI is there before your birth, before my birth. Okay, it's just that we are leveraging it right now. Okay, so don't think that it is a new thing. Okay, machine learning is known from more than 100 years. Okay, and AI is like one of the component of machine learning. Okay, it's just that the terminology is hitting you now. Okay, that's completely fine. But how we'll be able to consider this upskilling part? So we have doubt classes which we run every month. So you will not be able to entitle it now. So once your course will get over, probably after May, and then every month we'll be having some doubt classes. Okay, at least one week in a month we'll be having a doubt classes which will be covering for all the batches which is covered so far. So if your batch will get covered by that time, then you will be getting the notification in your group. Okay, you need to join, and then you will be having some faculties over there. You can ask any questions or anything or any repetitive questions, any topic you want them to explain. Just suit the topic name, and then they'll be giving you the explanation. So this is how exactly we consider a refresher part. But yeah, if something is coming as a big change, then definitely we can consider it as part of the course. It cannot be delivered to you in 1 day or 2 days. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Any any further questions from anyone? Any sort of doubt? Let it be the silly one, but do ask. And we are recording this session. One of those reasons that why we record, because we wanted to maintain the transparency so that you should not come back and say that like, no, you said this, but you're not covering this. Okay. So this recorded session will be uploaded during your course. So I'll upload this session under your course module. You'll be able to view it 100 times in 1 year. Guys, do you have any questions, any doubts, any clarity from anyone? You need to break the ice. If you are thinking that I should not be asking, someone else should ask, don't let that happen. Please do ask if you have any doubts. You are going to ask question on your behalf. Your problems you need to sort out.
I'm Gokul, sir. How do I see the notes also?
Sorry, come again.
The notes, sir. How do I see the notes? Some reading purpose.
Okay, so those notes you'll be able to get it over here. You can see. So somewhere here you can see. You can read this course completion. Final study material access will be given on your registered email ID, and that can be accessed through your Google Drive for lifetime. So I hope I answered your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Sir, will the material will not be provided at the same time after completion of your each individual class?
No, that's practically not possible to do it. And that is the reason why we have these assessments and then kind of questionnaires which can support your learning.
Okay. Actually, that will be more help because we can sort it out in the same place. And the revision also will be good if it is given on the same day. Because after completion of the course.
No, see, I'll tell you how does our course run. So you'll be getting each slide will be presented with respect to that particular topic. Okay. So eventually end of the day we are teaching from slide, but it will be just for the reference purpose. So slide will be shown to you. Okay. At the same time when the class is going to happen, so you will be having the recording for the class. So at any point of time, if you just wanted to revise, you just need to go through the slide. Okay. And when it comes to PPT, you will be basically not getting the PPT. That's our copyright document. Okay. So we don't leverage that one to provide access to anyone. However, we'll be giving you the interview question and answers. So we have personally written all the questions and answers which can be asked in the interview or which has been asked in the interview. So that will help you for your interview preparation and all those things.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anything? Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, then I'll close this session. But at any point of time, if you find any difficulties, any queries, please do reach out to us on the WhatsApp group. Until and unless it is not very important and urgent, you can DM me.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
See you on Monday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.